Hi there. Just want to do a quick update on DMX and moving heads and setting a limiter for your tilt or a maximum for your tilt. I'm aware that Keith has got a new feature coming out for a new effect. Probably going to be in .21, I guess, or .22. But if you're not going to be upgrading or whatever, this is a good little workaround that hats out to Tim and Jackie for basically putting this together. It starts off with having a group for your moving heads and have it placed below your moving heads themselves. So make sure in your master view you have a group with all your moving heads in it, and your moving heads are above it in your master view. Two DMX effects you're going to add. The bottom one here I've got is your lowest tilt for the moving heads, and in my case I'm also setting the shutter. So this will take over and determine the lowest value for the tilt. So it'll be 80. It'll never go below 80. That's not 80 degrees. That's 80 on the 0 to 255 scale. And then I also want the shutter to always be 255 in my situation. So I put those sliders there. Everything else is set to 0. And make sure you have per model default. That's critical. Make sure you have it per model default on that. So now any value above it here. So if this DMX, for example, tries to issue a tilt of 10, this guy will override it and it'll say, I want the value 80. Note that it's actually max. It's max value of all the values above to set the minimum value for your tilt. A little bit of counterintuitive, but that's how you do it. On the other one we have, this one here, we can click OK, click on this one. And I'm going to do the description here so you can see it. This is the highest tilt allowed. So if I can draw on my screen, you've got, maybe you got a moving head like this. This is 0. This is 255. 128 would be straight up and down. Maybe you do not want your tilt to go more than 205. So 205 being roughly, I don't know, somewhere around here. So as soon as the value of the head is being asked to come into this quadrant, it's going to not allow it to go past this spot here. So same idea, a DMX effect on your moving head. And this one here is placed above the other one. And you want a minimum here and 205 the value. All the others, this is critical, all the other sliders are at 255. Make sure you do all the other sliders at 255 and per model default. All right, so min, set your value. Everything else is 255 per model default. Let me turn off the animation for a second. And I go to my other channels, click cancel here. My other channels, again, all 255. This was from the original example. I'm going to put that to 255. That's out of, it's not, my moving head doesn't use that value anyway. So everything in there, only your tilt is at whatever maximum value you want, but the function we want here is a min function per model default. So two effects accomplishes your max and your min, and we now have it set so that it can't go any further than that tilt and whatever the value was there. So it'll only go between these two values. That's what I have for you here. Be aware that Keith does have a new effect coming out in the next release of xLights that basically simulates this using an effect of some sort to set these values. But if you're not willing to upgrade, here's how you can retrofit your existing sequences. If you have any questions, come back to xlightszoomroom.com and be sure and like and share and subscribe and all the rest of that stuff. See you on the next xLights bonus gem. Thanks.